your time now to go inside your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
Come in to see the entire collection of adjustable power bases now available at Mermaid Mattress. Work, play, or sleep all night long on the new adjustable mattress set from Mermaid Mattress.
Good Monday. It's a warm one today. 72 degrees, partly cloudy skies, lots of pollen floating around in the air. Clear skies tonight will drop down to 45 degrees, partly cloudy, and 75 on Tuesday afternoon. And then a cold front moves in on Wednesday, a high of only 59 degrees on Wednesday afternoon. Thursday will start out at 38 and climb to 65 on Thursday afternoon. Download the WRCB weather app, free for iPhone and Android. I'm meteorologist David Carnes for the Channel 3 Storm Alert Team.
All right, thank you there, David. Right now, your current Vascular Institute temperature standing at 66 degrees out there on your Monday afternoon. Well, we've got some guests that dropped by to see us this afternoon. We're going to introduce those guests to you right now. Visiting us from the Bradley Prevention Coalition is Elena Morris. She's the board chair there for Bradley Prevention Coalition, and Josh Gann, who is the secretary and treasurer for that. And they're going to join us and talk to us about a few different things. First of all, good afternoon, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming by. I know we've got some special things coming up. First of all, we got to give a shout out to Zandra Welch, who is kind of the one who coordinated all of this.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to make sure that she's a part of what we're saying here this afternoon. Of course, she's part of ATS The Bridge, and that's a big part of what you guys do there with the coalition. Whoever wants to start off, tell us a little bit about Bradley Prevention Coalition. We'll start there.
Sure. We've been in place a little over a year now, which I guess during a pandemic is not the best time to start up a new initiative. Yes. But we're working at trying to address the substance use and misuse within our community, all the various aspects that are affected by that circumstance within our community, to try to just improve the overall health and well-being within our community as related to that. We also, consider mental health issues as well as part of our prevention efforts. And we've been working hard on getting some grants available. We are one of 10 counties that received a grant through the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. And we're working on the program for that, developing a game plan for how to use those funds to best serve our community. And then we're continuing, as restrictions are lifted from COVID, more opportunities are becoming available, more grants are opening back up, and so we're going to really see a lot more opportunity for us to invest new programs and more time and energy into the community.
Again, we're speaking with our friends from Bradley Prevention Coalition, telling us what that is all about, their mission statement and everything. Joining us right now is Elena Morris. Elena, how are you today again?
I'm doing very well.
Good, good.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us a bit about your involvement and why it was important for you to be a part of this.
Thank you. So I think that we started this together, I guess going back to 2019, when we realized there was a lot of resources in our community, but no one was really working together. So that was kind of the first step, was trying to get people to come together and work on tackling this issue of substance use in our community. And we have, through that, started developing even new programs and ideas, like the halo detectors at some of our high schools, and just different efforts that we're trying to get out there into the community to decrease substance use and prevent it from happening in the first place.
I know some of the things that's very important, going back to ATS The Bridge, that you guys are partnering with just pretty much continuously, is the drug take-back events that goes on.
Yes.
And I know we've got one of those coming up this weekend, and this is really such a great time. I've been a part of several of these live broadcasts when we've been there on site on these particular days when we do these drug take-backs, and it's amazing what people have in their medicine cabinets.
Yes.
And what I noticed a lot of times it happened too is if people maybe had an elderly person in their family that had passed, and of course if they were older, they were probably on several medications.
Yes.
And people just don't know how to dispose of those properly, how to get them out of harm's way. And these drug take-backs, not only for the normal day in and day out stuff, but things like that as well.
Yes, so we're going to be having an event this Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Sheriff's Department. So please come out, bring your unwanted prescription drugs, or if you know somebody, like you said, that maybe has passed, or cleaning out medicine cabinets. It's a good time for spring cleaning. Just get rid of stuff. You never know if you get up in there. I did that just the other day, and I thought, I'm going to bring back some medicine that I didn't even realize I was in my medicine cabinet. So please clean out your cabinets and bring it to us. It'll be 10 to 2 on Saturday at the Sheriff's Department. So just bring a bag and drop it in our bin. It should be easy. You drive through. You don't even have to get out if you don't want to.
Yeah, and there's no questions asked, and
No.
if even if you got the original packaging, you're pretty much, you can peel the labels off or take those off, whatever you want to do.
Yes.
But you guys dispose of these properly the way they're supposed to be, so no one has to worry about information and stuff getting out anyway. Is that
Absolutely.
right?
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
So we do encourage people to do that. Now, one of the things about the drug take-back events that I've found out, too, is it's about education. It's about letting people know that you might have went to a dentist with a tooth problem several months back.
Right.
And you've got some painkillers in there that you were prescribed innocently. You took one or two like most of us do, and then the
Right.
rest of them just kind of live in those medicine cabinets and in our bathrooms. And it's unfortunate, but in today's society, you got to think about young people. You got to think about small children who don't even know what they are, for one.
Right.
But also those people that we invite into our homes that we may not know has some type of addiction problem or something like that, and they take those meds without really us noticing because we're not taking them anymore.
Right, right.
Absolutely. I think a large percentage of the medication that ends up in our schools and on the streets is being sold and traded is coming from these medicine cabinets from family and relatives, friends, where people get in there and get access to these, and most people won't even miss them because they don't know they had them. And so a great way that you can make a difference in this community and you can impact this problem directly is by taking the time to go through your cabinets, find out what's there, because you may be surprised. You may find a 2 or 3 year old prescription that is useless to you, but there are people out there that can then use that and abuse that and just further their habit. So that's a great way to make a big difference, is just to be aware and take the time to look through your own.
Again, we're speaking with our friends from the Bradley Prevention Coalition here, telling us about a drug take-back event that is happening this Saturday at the Bradley County Sheriff's Department from 10 to 2. And it's really a situation, I mentioned it at the onset there, there's no questions asked. Nobody cares about if they're yours or grandparents or an aunt or uncle's. It's just a way to properly dispose of these. Of course, we always say you should never flush those down a toilet or anything
Right.
like that, because
Right.
that's I think initially that's what you would think. Well, I'll just do this, but that really causes a problem, doesn't it, guys?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The water filtration systems aren't designed to filter out the chemicals that are in these prescription medications, and so those can end up in our water systems. And so that's not a safe
That's
way.
not an option.
Right.
And I do just want to mention that we're going to have lock boxes there, so for free. So if you don't have any medication to bring back, but you wanted to get a lock box, you could, because those are going to run you about $20 or so at the store. So if you want a lock box for free, we will have those there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, whenever someone has a handgun or something, they feel inclined to lock
Yes.
those up in a lock box.
Yes.
These medications are pretty much the same way because they can be deadly if they're misused as well. So you need to be careful about that. And sometimes it's just an innocent thing. Like I said, it could just be a smaller child that's just
Right.
curious and they see something and they can get it open and they've seen grandma or grandpa take it, and the next thing
Yeah.
they do the same thing. So it's not always about someone wanting those. Sometimes it just winds up in the wrong hands.
Absolutely.
In those homes. So be careful, especially grandparents that are on several different type of medications. Now, some of the horror stories, I'm sure you guys hear about these a lot more than we do, is you mentioned, Josh, about these getting in the wrong hands of teenagers, them getting to schools, them having what we call, I think one of the words I've heard before in the past is like Skittle parties, where they just, everybody gets them and they throw them into a big bowl, and then they just start taking these drugs. They have no idea what they are, and those wind up a lot of times deadly.
Absolutely. I mean, there's situations because of just the way these medications work. It can take a single prescription pill that's not prescribed to you, and there have been incidences where young people have overdosed and passed away from taking a single pill, just because you don't know necessarily what it's going to do to your brain. You don't know how it's going to interact with your own brain chemistry, and so there's no safe way to take a medication that's not under a doctor's advisement.
Again, this is, I love the thing here. I don't know if Austin can pull this up on your website or on the website. We got this DEA National Take Back, the flyer that we've got there says, "Don't be a dealer." And I know that sounds kind of like you're being mean or scolding, but a lot of people are just innocent dealers. They just don't know because they don't understand what's in their cabinets. And so if you're not taking those medications for a current problem, you need to dispose of those properly, and this is a great way to do that. So Josh and Elena, walk us through this one more time about what is coming up this weekend.
Okay, so Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Bradley County Sheriff's Department. Just drive on by, give us a bag of medications or hand us something. It's really easy. You don't have to get out of your car. You can get a lockbox if you want one. So like you said, if you have medications that you're not currently taking, come dispose of them. But if you do have medications that you're taking, come get a lockbox so you can safely have those in your house. Unfortunately, there may be somebody that takes one or two and you don't even realize it. So this way, your medications are secure.
Josh, any other information that you think is relevant to get out there? I know you guys are kind of in the trenches, I guess is the best way to say it.
Certainly.
And it's unfortunate because we live in such a great community. We think things like this, this is not going on in Cleveland and Bradley County. That's in those big cities that you hear about on the national news. But unfortunately, it happens right here probably every day.
It does. It happens in every community. This is not something that anybody can escape from. And so we all have a responsibility to be aware and to just pay attention to what's going on and to be involved as best we can. We have community coalition meetings every month. I think it's the second Tuesday.
At 12.
At 12, we do those through Zoom. I think we can post that link to that on our Facebook page. So anybody is welcome to attend those. It gives you a chance to see what's going on in the community. If you have concerns that you want to express, that's a place that you can do that. We'll give you an opportunity to share that with us. And you may also find some ways that you can get involved in these efforts to make a difference in this community. And everyone is welcome. This is not an exclusive club that we're part of. This is for Bradley County. We want everyone to be involved and feel like they have ownership over this community.
And as final thing, I'm just going through the events of what I've learned because I've been educated on this the past year or so from our friends at ATS The Bridge and people like yourself that we speak with, is that this knows no boundaries. It's not demographic. It's not based on income of households. When you're talking about these prescription drugs getting in the wrong hands the way that they can out of your own medicine cabinet, this is not old school where someone's walking down to the corner to find a drug fix or something. These are things that's readily available because of the over-prescribing, if you would, sometimes of what the doctors do. You open up your medicine cabinet, they're just full of stuff. So this is a way that people like yourselves have gotten involved to say, hey, this is a problem. We've got to get in front of this, or it's going to continue to be a bigger problem in the future. Yes. Josh and Elena, thanks so much for coming in. I'm going to let you wrap up with maybe a website, a phone number. You mentioned we're on Facebook, the Zoom. Any other way that people can reach out to y'all to be a part of what you're doing?
So I have an email, bradleypreventioncoalition@gmail.com. is probably the fastest, easiest, secure way for me to get a hold of as opposed to getting my phone number out there. But we'll also share your Facebook page, and you can like our Facebook page, message us on Facebook, get in touch with us that way. So
if people want more information, do you guys come out and do a speaking or something like that? I mean, do y'all come out and do some things for groups that need this conversation?
Yes, we definitely could do that.
We are very open to that.
Okay.
Any way that we can assist our community in this fight and in this effort to make this a better, safer place for everybody, we're happy to be involved. So they're welcome to reach out and have us come by and share with them.
Guys, y'all are part of the reason why this community is so great. Things like what you guys said. You started back in 2019.
Yes.
Fought through a pandemic year and continued on with the process, and we really appreciate what you're doing out there and keeping this in the forefront because it's a very important topic.
Thank you.
Again, the drug take back that they're going to be doing this Saturday, 10 to 2 at the Bradley County Sheriff's Office. Bring all those unused and unwanted drug products, and they'll dispose of those properly for you. We're going to get to the music right now. We talked about the ACM Awards last night. Right now we're going to play the Male Artist of the Year. There's Thomas Rhett on Mix 104.1 WCLE.